Joe Biden officially launched his campaign in the birthplace of the Constitution, Philadelphia.
The single most important thing we have to accomplish is defeat Donald Trump.
Even as he called the president the divider-in-chief, Biden staked out ground in the crowded Democratic field as an experienced bridge builder.
I believe Democrats want to unify this nation. That's what our party's always been about.
Biden, who spent the first 10 years of his life in Pennsylvania, was often called the Commonwealth's third senator during his 36 years in Congress. That gives him an edge in the vital battleground, where in 2016, Mr. Trump won by less than 1 percentage point. A Real Clear Politics average of major polls suggests Biden is 10.5 points ahead of Mr. Trump in Pennsylvania, if the two were to go head-to-head there now. But the election is 17 months away, and President Trump is already focusing fire on the former vice president. At a rally last week in Louisiana, Mr. Trump seemed to suggest that Biden, the man he demeans as Sleepy Joe, was aging rapidly.
What happened to him? I'm looking, I said, that doesn't look like the guy I knew. What happened to him?
Even as the race for 2020 heats up, Mr. Trump faces more fallout over the Mueller report. Saturday, Michigan Representative Justin Amash became the first Republican in Congress to say that the report describes impeachable conduct by the president. Amash, who is frequently at odds with Republican leadership, also tweeted that he believes Attorney General Bill Barr intended to mislead the public about the special counsel's findings.